I'm Eric Loy, and welcome to Eric Loy Interviews. On this podcast, we talk with folks from the VTuber community on their channels, their talents, their stories, where they come from, and their plans for the future. And coming on the show now, we welcome Sunny from Sunnyside Farms. Hi, how you doing?
Doing great. What about you?
So far, we're doing good. We're trying to get a few bits of rain that you've had. Would be nice for a while.
I'll send some your way, I promise.
Yeah, I'm sure sooner or later it's going to even out. It always does, or at least over evens out in some ways. I want to welcome you in. Could you introduce yourself to everybody, please?
Hi, everybody. I am Sunny. I run a hobby farm in rural Alabama, and I have 18 chickens and 3 fur babies, 1 dog, 2 cats.
Wow.
And I've also started doing a little bit of gardening, and that's going to eventually be merged into some of my content, too. So.
Oh, cool. Absolutely excellent. Yeah. It's one of the great things about this particular medium is that you can do things like this. And I don't know of anybody else who's kind of doing a farm while online at the same time, bringing everything together. But it's certainly there are more people who are, especially in the smaller rural areas, even up here, that are keeping small farm areas for themselves, trying to be a little more self-sufficient and learn about those things. Have you always been a farm person?
No, actually, the funny part is that if you had told me 2 years ago that I would be living out in the country and raising chickens, I probably would have laughed at you. So I was very much a city girl, and then just one day I realized I was kind of tired of it, and I was like, I kind of want some peace and quiet. And the big factor in me moving out here is my dog. She's 10 years old as of last month, and I wanted her to have room to run around because we've been cooped up in apartments for the past several years.
Oh yeah.
So I was like, I want some room for her to run around. So I found this place, and I didn't originally have chickens. I actually inherited them from the prior owners because they couldn't take them with them.
Okay. And then,
so
it's like, oh, by the way, it's a nice place, and there's chickens. Bye.
Pretty much. That's kind of how it worked out. So, and I didn't know the first thing about chickens whenever I got started, so I kind of dove right into it and started researching, and then kind of ended up just learning as I went. And I've had a few like missteps whenever it comes to the farming side of things because I lost 3 birds earlier this year to respiratory infections. And it tore me up when it happened because I love my birds, but but I've learned from that experience as well. So
yeah, whenever you get an attachment like that, and no matter that sort of thing, and you just the helplessness that you feel is just like and then afterwards, like I could have done something, and do anything about it, but you managed to keep it to 3 out of what could have been a lot worse. In that situation, I guess you can look at that way, but in the meantime, it still hurts.
Yeah.
And now, when you started in and you realized that, by golly, I've got chickens, right away, did you figure, yeah, I'm going to keep them and try this, or did you have thoughts about trying to find somebody else to take them?
Well, originally, what ended up happening at the beginning was, the prior owners told me, well, we're going to give you some of our chickens because I think they were trying to work out a deal with another house. So I was like, okay, I can take a few chickens. That's fine. And then 3 days before we closed on the property, they told me, oh, by the way, we're leaving all of the chickens. And all of the chickens meant 19 of them at the time.
Oh, my gosh.
I was a little bit overwhelmed at first because I had never raised birds. So I was like, okay, well, let me see what I can do. So I made a deal with the selling agent, and she took 8 of them. So I had a small flock, and then me, in my spontaneity, during the middle of winter, decided to buy 10 more chicks. So,
oops. in the middle
Yeah,
of
so I kept
winter.
them in my sunroom with the I have like a little fireplace type heater
Yeah.
that's electric. So I kept them in front of the heater pretty much the whole winter until I was able to put them outside when they started getting feathers.
Oh my gosh. Were they the type that you get through the mail?
No, I actually bought these locally.
Mm.
There's a hatchery that's not too far from me.
better, better, better make sure that you forget that in your GPS system. You're gonna be adding more coops all over the place. You keep this up.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, we do have plans for ducks eventually and goats, so there's
Mm.
that too.
I've seen folks around here, and I'm I'm in the middle of Illinois, East Central Illinois, and especially in Indiana too, where they do have ducks and chickens in the same area.
Hmm.
Seems to work out pretty good, but if you add like a goose to it, then that causes problems.
Yeah, you're able to keep the ducks and the geese together more so than like having them with the chickens as well, because
Yeah.
then it starts getting into they start getting into fights and
Oh
stuff like
yeah.
that.
Mm.
The ducks are kind of a little bit more docile, so
Yeah. The geese they're like the divas of the whole thing. That'd be
indeed they
that'd be
are.
exactly right. And then they start trying to fly off, and then it's all over the neighborhood when by the time that happens. But um, uh, the so how quick did you learn how to keep care of them? If you just walk in out of the city and say, "Oh, I've got my chickens," and live on from there. It had to be a learning curve in a hurry.
It was a little bit of a learning curve in a hurry. So just to give some perspective, after I got the property in September, and then in November I had a work conference that I had to go to,
Ooh,
and we had a social at the work conference. And I had a few beverages, and then I was a little bit tipsy enough to just start blabbing on about my chickens. And they were asking me, "Well, how long have you been doing this?" I was like, 4 months. And they were like, "How did you learn all of this in 4 months?" And I was like, I did a deep dive. I hyper focused on it.
that's
So
right. I mean, you're going to have to know. You might as well figure it out now.
exactly.
Yeah. Well, where you're at is are there, for lack of a better term, varmints you have to keep an eye on to keep them safe?
Uh, so yeah, I mean, there can be. Right now, the only ones that I've really had recently has been a couple of mice, and then I've had a couple of rat snakes that have been interested in the eggs,
Oh
but
yeah,
technically, if you take some of the bad eggs that are already broken and you throw them out in the woods, they'll generally go after those before they start trying to get in the coop.
that's fine. Yeah, we up here have coyotes and coy dogs, which are the coyote hybrid mix with the dogs, and it makes it very tough for some people to keep them. If you've got if you're especially there in railroad tracks or something,
Hmm.
the coyotes will definitely hone in, and it'll be bad news. And we also have an occasional bobcat out here, um, and just cats in general.
Oh, well, yeah, there's that too.
Uh,
There's been maybe one cat that I've seen that was just a stray that was walking through my field one day. And then we do have coyotes, but as far as I know, they have not come onto the property yet.
yeah,
So,
yeah. Well,
um,
I'll pretend I didn't even say it, so I won't we won't speak it into existence.
we'll knock on some wood later. That's
Yeah,
fine.
absolutely, absolutely. So you moved out into the country. Was there a particular? You just decided you were done with the city at that point?
Yeah, kind of. I was tired of all the noise. I wanted some solitude. I kind of wanted to I needed to change some habits of mine. Like, there's only so much that you can look at your bank account and be like, man, I spent that much on DoorDash. That's not good. So,
Yeah, I know how that goes.
so, and now I'm out in the country and I'm probably about 20 minutes from town.
Mm,
So,
that's not bad.
there's no delivery out here
No.
except for maybe pizza. And I don't always order that because I have a slight gluten intolerance.
Ah, yes,
So,
yes.
so yeah,
Yeah.
I was like, you know what, this is a way to build some healthy habits, and then the chickens keep me active too because I also have like a few I have a few disabilities that kind of keep me from not always being at my best.
Mm.
So,
Yeah. And I say I'm glad I don't have the gluten because right now the only things holding me together are gluten, cholesterol, and scar tissue at this age. So if I lose one of those, it's going to be really tough for my wife to keep me to get in one piece at this
oh
point.
goodness.
But the um that does that don't I'm not going to ask you to go into details or anything, but does that disability kind of make it tough for you to keep track of the chickens and keep keep watch over them?
There are some days where it's a little bit rough.
Uh,
I do manage most days, but I do have someone here with me that helps me whenever I do have down days.
that's good.
And so and I don't mind talking about the disability itself. So I have rheumatoid arthritis,
Oh,
and then I also have fibromyalgia.
oh my
So
gosh. There's a double
so
hitter.
yeah, it's like and what's interesting about it is that I had fibromyalgia. I've had fibromyalgia for well over a decade now, and then the rheumatoid arthritis is a recent development. It just started rearing its ugly head this past year.
Yeah,
And I guess it was just one of those things where it was like my body was like, "Oh, you're already hurting. How about a little bit more?" And
yeah.
I'm like,
Let's
I
let
don't really think I want to do that." And you're like, "Oh, well, you don't have a choice. It's
yeah.
okay."
Let's
So,
add a few more difficulties onto that. Now that you mastered this
yeah,
one.
yeah.
Yeah,
So, and
I
I have a few other things too,
yeah.
but those are the primary ones that kind of are able to keep me down most of
Yeah,
the time.
yeah. I've managed to in my years in the planet grab three different arthritises at the same time.
Oh
Which,
goodness.
yeah, the rheumatoid, the osteo, and psoriatic, which is
Oh gosh.
yeah, it's a lot of fun.
Yeah, no, I get that.
Yeah,
So,
it's.
it's
I use a lot of ibuprofen.
yeah, they actually I was on gabapentin until they took me off of that
Yeah.
because it was making my legs swell, so that was not fun.
Oh yeah, that's there's there's always those fine little side effects that show up on things like
Right?
this. Yeah,
Exactly.
in the it's for me it's episodic for a lot of that stuff. Sometimes it's worse, sometimes it's not. Um, and it goes, but I can't imagine having even one of those and fibromyalgia at the same time. That just is that's an unfair layer of icing on the cake. I'm afraid that when it comes down to it. But
Yeah, I when it first started rearing its head, at first I thought it was because like I had overdone it with moving because it started flaring up immediately after that. So
oh
I was
yeah,
like, well, did I overdo it? Am I hurting just because I moved? Um, like because we were moving a bunch of heavy stuff and it was it was interesting. So I just ended up being like, okay, well, I kind of wrote it off for a little bit and then finally it got to the point where there were days I would wake up and I couldn't walk for about an hour.
yeah,
So
yeah,
I finally went to the doctor and they were like, yeah, you have rheumatoid arthritis. And then they did a little bit further testing and it's rheumatoid arthritis of the spondyloarthritis variety. So if you've ever heard of ankylosing spondylitis,
oh
then
yes, yeah.
it's that variety. We caught it early enough to where it hasn't done damage to my spine yet.
That's good. That's good. Yeah, it's and once you start messing with the spine and stuff, you're just like, oh boy.
Yeah,
Yeah, yeah.
exactly.
You just it
So
you feel so you feel. I mean, I imagine with the fibromyalgia anyway, there are times when you're feeling pretty helpless, but have that and something going on with the spine. Yeah, it's like
yeah, it's not fun.
no.
So
Well, at least you're out in the country. You get some fresh air anyway, for the most part. If all that,
yeah, and the chickens keep me active whenever I'm able to get up and about.
yeah.
So that's for sure.
Dang it, chickens! Stop moving so fast. I'm sure that helps.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I have to right now I've got two of my hens that are broody and I have to kick them out of the box every day
Oh, jeez.
because they won't get off of their eggs.
Uh, so are you doing this for the eggs or for other reasons? I mean, there are several different reasons why to have chickens, but most of the time with a brood like that is for eggs.
It never really even crossed my mind whenever the owners were like, "Hey, we're gonna give you chickens," and my eggs were not really my priority on that. I was like, "Okay, well, sure, I can try taking care of chickens." But yeah, the eggs are just kind of like a bonus perk, and
Mm.
most of the time I have to either give them away or I sell them anyway.
Ah, yeah.
So
Well,
yeah, because there's so many, and
yeah,
I can't eat that many eggs.
yeah,
There's only so many omelets that I want to make like
yeah.
in a week. So
Right, and and here's the sad thing is I don't eat eggs. I just don't like the taste of eggs. So if I was in that situation, I'd be like just kind of lobbing them toward cars as they pass by. Egg.
well, I mean, whatever people do with the eggs after I sell them to them, not my business. So
Like an egg. Here you go. Uh, um, but I imagine it's there are people who really are after that sort of thing. They're uh, for them it's going back to a more natural type of eating schedule. So are you in demand?
I have a couple of repeat customers. Well, probably like 3 or 4 repeat customers, and then I recently had someone reach out to me about a couple of weeks ago, and they were like, "Hey, I saw your post on Facebook, and I would like to get some eggs." And I was like, "I don't even know who you are, but sure." So
Hey, yeah, we definitely have eggs.
yeah, I have plenty of them.
Yeah.
So
So,
right now on my counter, I have over 60
oh my
on my
gosh,
counter.
you have to keep buying the things to put them in too.
Yeah, well, I also give discounts to people who give me egg cartons.
There you go. That's the way to do it. You end up storing more egg cartons than you do eggs at that point. And it's
Right.
it and of course the eggs are made in such a perfect shape that you can just set them down and leave them. No,
Hmm.
no, never, never going to work that way. Um, so what type of chickens do you have? I mean, are they a certain breed or are they different
Uh,
breeds?
there are a bunch of different breeds. I have some black copper Morans. I've got some buff Orpingtons. I've got one Rhode Island Red. I
Mm.
have I'm trying to remember. Oh, an Ardennais. There's several different kinds in there. Oh, a barred Plymouth Rock, which is like, it looks
Wow.
like she has checkers on her
Yeah.
almost. It's interesting.
Yeah.
So there's several different kinds that I have, and then my younger flock, which was the ones that I got in the middle of winter.
Yeah.
They're back-crossed olive eggers. They're a cross between black copper Moran and then something else that I can't remember what it is. And then my other ones are buff Orpingtons.
Wow.
And the buff Orpingtons, I guess the stock that they were bred from uh, were show variety because my roosters that came out of that flock
Yeah.
are huge.
Oh my gosh.
He's
Uh,
easily over 15 pounds, and he's only at 6 months old.
holy crap. Uh,
Yeah.
how is his temperament?
Uh, he's actually pretty docile.
Okay, that's good.
Part
That's good.
he occasionally doesn't get along with one of my other roosters, which is the one of the back crossed olive egger roosters.
Yeah.
He's been pulling out his feathers, so I had to kind of separate them for a little bit. So,
Henri. Henri.
and of
Henri
course,
Roosters. That's it. That's all.
yeah,
Yeah.
the Orpington's name is Sir Featherington, and the one that he's been pulling out the feathers of is actually Cluck Norris. But Cluck Norris is very, very docile because he is not the head rooster.
uh,
So,
yeah. It's a. That's what they mean by the cock of the walk type thing. Yeah.
exactly.
Yeah. Head head rooster of the roost. That's what it is. But it does when it comes to those different breeds, do the eggs are the eggs different from each one, or are they pretty much the same?
Yeah, some of them are like brown in color. Some of them are lighter brown, almost white.
Mm,
I have some blue in there
blue.
for my.
Oh,
And then I
okay.
have some. My back crossed olive eggers have almost like this chocolate amber brown color.
Oh my.
So,
So if you get a dozen eggs, you're getting a dozen different types of eggs.
oh yeah, you're getting different ones. And if I'm in a good mood, I'll put them in a good pattern for you. So,
It's like if you get around Valentine's Day, you put them in a heart shaped box, and you can just
yeah,
have.
there you
And
go.
then that would be a big seller probably. Uh, but I think it's amazing that you've gone to do this and uh, uh, just kind of almost out of nowhere. You see you really didn't have any want to do that as a kid.
No, not really. The only thing that's even remotely close to that is, and I joke with people because I'm like, maybe this was, my calling all along because of what happened whenever I was 12.
Hmm.
So, when I was 12 years old, my little brother and I, we went to a flea market with my grandmother, and it was this outdoor flea market. And then she took the driving camper up there, and we were camping with them over the weekend.
Hmm.
Well, my mom gave my brother and I $10 each and said, "Spend it on whatever you want."
Oh,
My brother bought Pokemon cards. I brought home two ducks. So, in all fairness, she said, "Spend it on whatever you want."
she
So
did.
I did.
She did. She learned. So how long did that
I didn't
last?
get an allowance for a
Yeah,
while after that, by the
yeah.
way.
How did that last long out there? Did the duck
We
stay
kept
or?
them until they passed, actually.
Oh,
So,
really? Oh, that's well,
yeah.
that's a good story anyway. I mean, you were able to keep you at least they didn't say get rid of those ducks right away. Um, mm, yeah.
Yeah, my mom said that she was surprised that my grandmother didn't make me take them back, and I was like, well, in all fairness, my grandmother probably knew she was going to break my heart if she told me that.
That's
So,
true. That's true. And my father grew up on a farm. Actually, both my parents grew up on farms, and I did not. I was a towny kid, but my grandfather um, had some. We lived next to my grandfather in town, and he could grow anything. He could grow tomatoes the size of your head, and we couldn't grow anything right next door, but he could grow anything on that one. My crazy uncle, who was literally crazy and not in a good way most
oh
of the time.
goodness.
He one morning went out and got a hold of a turkey rooster and
Oh wow.
snuck him into my grandfather's car. I don't know how, but you can imagine an old Comet car sitting there with a tom turkey uh,
Oh no.
in there, just daring you to get into the car. Finally, they got him out, and he
Oh
just hung
goodness.
around in the back. I don't know whatever happened to it, but we go over there and see him every once in a while, and we just kind of make a big wide turn around those turkeys. You haven't thought about doing any
Oh, that's
turkeys,
great.
have you?
Actually, yes, and
Oh,
the reason why that has come up is because my my partner's cousin actually raises turkeys, and
ah,
we may end up doing a turkey for chicken trade once I end up getting if I end up getting any little chicks
mm,
from my younger flock, since they're
ah,
the ones with the roosters.
okay, yeah. Well, more power to you. I know
Well,
you
turkeys are actually a really good predator deterrent too because they're
yeah,
so big.
and
So
crazy.
if I wanted to, I could basically fence off the majority of my backyard for them to just free range if I
Mm,
wanted to.
yeah, yeah, yeah,
So,
yeah. It's turkeys. Turkeys don't have any common sense. That's one of the reasons why they're good
but
defenders.
chickens don't either.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, and remember going out on a ride with a family out in the country, and it was a very rare sight to see wild turkeys out here. It used to be deer too, but now deer are standing in your front yard. Um, and there was
Hmm.
a tom, basically protecting the little ones going across the road. And my dad honked his horn at it. Our car was
Oh,
attacked.
yeah, that sounds about right. I mean, and peacocks are kind of the same way too. If you've
Oh,
ever dealt with a peacock, like they will straight up attack your vehicle, they will attack you.
oh yeah, yeah.
So,
That was something else too. A couple years ago, we were driving out in the country, my wife and I, and when there was one had gotten loose from somebody and was standing in the middle of the road, and I'm like, what are we supposed to do? Because it takes up the whole road. These are huge
yeah.
birds. Why are they? Why?
Hmm.
And then we had. Uh, Here's one for you. We have an emu farm.
Oh no, did one get out?
12 of them got out
Oh no.
and then roamed around. We actually had a bus versus emu accident.
Oh no.
The emu was fine. The bus was dented.
Oh
Um,
no.
I had to write that down because I worked at the police station at the time.
Oh wow.
And one of them, they got 11 of them. The 12th one stayed loose for 3 years.
Wow. Just on the lam for 3 years.
Yeah, it wasn't bothering anybody, and no one is gonna. I mean, even though we have coyotes, what are you gonna do to an emu? The emu just gonna stomp on him, And
Yeah, like they can kick you and they hurt.
oh yeah, they
So,
could. And I just we would get pictures on the internet every once in a while of somebody. Yeah, we had the emu in our backyard this morning.
the elusive emu. He was living his best life.
Yeah,
That's all it was.
the rare Illinois emu. I,
The new cryptid. That's
that's right.
exactly what it is.
I talked to the folks from Australia, and they're like, "Why do you have emus? We'd like to get rid of them. You can come get ours."
Come take ours.
That's right. And
What Australia that was like they fought a war with emus and lost
and
twice.
lost. Yes, that's what they say. We lost to the emus. Yes, I know. It's something that they'll never be able to live down, unfortunately. But I mean, we've got ostriches too, and all that stuff out here. People try all sorts of
Hmm.
different fowl. Um, is there any type you'd like to try that you haven't been able to do yet?
I don't know. I think mainly we're kind of focusing on trying to get things built up to be able to do we want to do duck houses soon,
Mm.
but we need to kind of also regrade some of our land because we found out that with all the rain that we've gotten this season, it has been insane to the point to where we have standing water in some places.
Yeah, yeah.
So one of the things we're wanting to do is regrade the land, and then we're going to put in duck houses and then goat houses. And I have to be careful with the water, standing water with goats because their hooves can actually rot.
Yeah, and I hate to say it, but they're not exactly the smartest animals on the property either.
No, they're not.
Yeah,
But
yeah. I mean, my wife loves goats. She would love to have just a little goat running around the house all the time. I remind her we have 9 cats. Just tape them together
oh
and we'll
my
have a
goodness.
goat. Okay. I mean, it's. I don't think it would last with 9 cats. I don't think it would go very well. Um, the so how do you bring this over into VTubing?
So the way that it's going to work is that I'm planning on kind of making it almost kind of like a mixed reality type thing.
Hmm.
So, I'm going to have the VTubing side of things where I might play games and sometimes I might play like farm related games.
Hmm.
Stardew Valley and Fields of Mystery are kind of examples of that.
Oh yeah.
But in addition to that, I'm also wanting to do like I want to share that knowledge of what I've learned and put it out there for people to kind of, if someone's even interested in it or if they were maybe on the fence about doing something like this,
Mm.
maybe sharing, just what I have learned and what I am still learning. And then also, I have the cameras. I just have to do a coop renovation, but I'm also going to do live streams of my chickens.
Oh well, yeah, that makes sense. I think there will be an audience for it. I mean, it's a niche like any other niche, but I think people will be generally interested in it. I know people will want to know. Well, I can I just buy a chicken and stick him in my house? I don't think it's going to work the way you think it's going to work. But um, yeah, there's probably a lot of questions that people have that they need to ask that they don't even know they need to ask. As far as that goes, you mentioned the unfortunate situation with the virus, and people don't think about things like that. They just think of,
Hmm.
I've got chickens, they'll be fine. No, you got to keep up with their health too, as it's going on.
Yep.
Um,
They are very, very fragile. So,
yeah, it's a heck of a thing. I think it's going to be fun to watch. I'm going to keep an eye on it myself when you get that up and going.
absolutely.
And you did mention Stardew Valley. That is a weakness of mine. Um, I have I have 30 save files, and
Oh my goodness.
I'm not joking. I do have 30 files. I've had to stay off of it since I've done the interviews. Otherwise, I won't be doing any interviews.
Be like, I'm taking a break for like a month, y'all. I'll see
Yeah,
you later.
absolutely. When I start, I have to finish it. And there was a big update. I haven't even gotten into it. It would be far too much. And I'd have to take off of work to do it. So I'm not going to do that sort of thing. So what made you choose the VTuber thing? I mean, were you watching VTubers and just kind of the idea come to your head, or what?
Yeah, so I've been watching VTubers for a while, and I actually had another character that I started with,
Mm,
but it just didn't really feel like me,
mm-hmm.
if that makes any sense.
Sure.
So, because I wanted my character to be more of an extension of myself than anything else,
Right.
and that's how Sunny kind of came into play here. Is that it's more down to earth. It's more me than what the other character was.
Right.
And the chickens just literally landed in my lap. So I was like, I have something that I can share here and also have this fun interactive medium that I can do it in.
Yeah. Yeah.
So let's try putting the two together.
Oh, I mean, it's serendipitous, but also perfect. It may not be what you planned, but it's. I think you really got a good angle here to do it, and I have to say this: you've got the perfect voice for it. Um,
Well, thank you.
that very engaging and keep people involved, and again, another voice with no sharp edges. I don't know how people do that. Um, it's one of those. I guess it must be chicken farming is what does it.
Uh, sh-
Yeah,
I don't know. I'll let you in on a little secret here, and you can put this in there too. That doesn't matter. But
yeah.
here's my little secret. I actually back in. So I was prior military,
Mm-hmm.
and then after I left the military, I moved around for quite a bit, and I lived with a friend of mine in Oklahoma for a little bit,
Oh,
and we actually did a online radio show for a while. So,
oh, haha.
uh, so yeah, I
Yeah,
have a little bit of online radio experience. It wasn't like a big name or anything; it was just for fun. But
yeah,
we had a lot of fun doing that.
yeah. I can. That's. I mean, that's why I'm doing it. It's for fun. I mean, I'm doing, and then I did radio for a long, 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 long time. You can't make money in it now, and I have a job that actually pays a bill or two, maybe if I'm lucky, as opposed to in radio. But I still just enjoy talking with folks, and that's what keeps me with this is just being able to talk to interesting persons like yourself, and all the different backgrounds. I can safely say this is the first time in a long time I've talked with a chicken farmer. Um, Although I don't think you're the first one. I'm pretty sure I did that back when I was filling in on news every once in a while. In Illinois, you're going to run across one or two now and again.
That's true.
Yeah. So with all of this going on and the plans that you have, um, has anybody come up to you with ideas of how to how to run this sort of thing, or is this idea all coming from you?
This is this has all been a pretty much a me idea. The only person that has really given me any advice, and it was advice I asked for, is someone else that does run a duck kind of a duck farm. They also have goats and stuff like that too.
Yeah.
But they don't do any VTubing or anything like that. So I asked about cameras and their setup and stuff like that because their setup is actually really nice.
Yeah.
So I had asked them about that.
Yeah. Well, I it'll be even more interesting once you get the goats going. Um,
Oh yeah.
because I don't really I'm not afraid of goats. I just don't really trust them.
That's fair. That's fair. My mom actually had goats whenever she was younger,
Yeah.
and one of the goats literally basically held the UPS guy hostage for several hours in the back of a vehicle because it would just not let him deliver the package to the
Ah,
door.
there is a reason why you say that an old stubborn guy is an old goat. That's the reason why it's been like that because they are stubborn and
They are.
and sometimes without any good reason that you can think of. They've got a reason, but they may have forgotten it by then. But it uh, you're going to be running. This isn't Green Acres here. You're going to be running all over trying to keep all these uh, various creatures together.
Yeah, and like thankfully I do have the space to do it. My backyard's pretty sizable. I have right under 4 acres.
Oh, that's nice. That is very nice.
So
And and with that, you won't have to do a whole lot away from it. I mean, you can. Are you? Is this going to be your full time thing?
funny enough, I actually work full time in addition to this right now.
Oh, geez.
So yeah, it's a handful, but I do have the benefit of working from home for right now.
Yeah.
So that helps me be able to, like, if I need to, I can step away for 5 minutes during one of my breaks, go take care of something, come back, and then during lunch break, I'll go out and feed the chickens, spend some time with them, and then after work, do the same. So
Have a goose chasing a goat around. Stop that!
and it's so funny because I have all of these ideas that I want to bring to life, and I know it's going to take time, but I'll tell you what though, it took every ounce of my self-control to keep myself from buying a giant pirate ship for my backyard because I was like, I could see my goats on that, and I'm like, no, you don't even have the goats yet. Don't get the pirate ship. Don't do that. So
Now that would be both absolutely off the wall and brilliant at the same time. I, I,
yeah.
I take my pirate hat off to you for that one.
Yeah, it was just a giant pirate ship that's like a kid's play place, and I'm like, that's perfect for a goat. Like,
Yes. Yeah, these goats hopping around on top of this.
exactly.
That alone is worth the cameras. Pa, pirate goats.
Pirate goats. I'll just have to name them like Captain Dan and stuff like that
La,
whenever I
La,
get the pirate
Lafitte.
ship.
Blackbeard. That stuff.
Blackbeard, yeah.
The with all of that and plans and I'm really glad you're getting this opportunity to do this because you sound like you're just chomping at the bit to get this going and enjoying it, sharing it along with everybody else. Um, would you do this if you weren't sharing it with everybody else?
I'd absolutely still be taking care of the chickens and stuff, and then on the side I might do VTubing, but it just like I said, it just kind of hit me one day. I was like, why not put both of these together?
Mm. Uh,
So, but yeah, I would absolutely still be doing both,
yeah.
even if it wasn't sharing both of those things with people.
Boy,
So,
boy, that's really amazing. That's to find something like that after do military and then city life and military life and all of that. Maybe you think the military life might help you and that you're going to be really regimented when it comes to this stuff.
I, ever since the military, I have not been anything but regimented. I keep a calendar for everything. And usually I am 15 minutes early if I can be.
Yeah,
And because, on time is technically late when
right.
you're in the military.
Exactly.
And then but that's something that's always stayed with me since my time in the military is that I've always kept a calendar. I have my checklists that I go through pretty much every day. Um, and yeah, I think that helps a lot because I always have specific times that I need to do things.
Yeah. And you're gonna need him because every day it's taking care of him. It's not just a I'll take care of it next week. Nope.
Yeah, nope.
What about
Gotta do it every day.
are the dogs gonna help out?
The if I would let her, she would absolutely like herd the chickens because she's actually half Australian Shepherd, half Blue Heeler. So
Oh, there you go.
very very much a cattle dog.
Yeah.
So and even though I don't have my chickens free ranging currently because of all the hawks and the turkey buzzards that we have,
Oh, yeah.
but I don't have them free ranging currently, but they do have a pretty large run
Hmm.
where they're able to run around and get sunlight and stuff like that.
Right.
And it's covered where nothing can get in it. And but she'll see the chickens occasionally and then try to like herd them one way or another in the run from outside the run. And then the cats technically kind of help out too because and they're indoor cats, but the reason why I say they help is because they wake me up every morning
Yeah.
without fail at 5:45 a.m.
Well, they're not.
So,
They're certainly not going to help you with the chicken. They want food.
yeah, no, they want food. They
Yes.
want food, but at least I'm up.
Yes.
So,
Exactly. I could just imagine the dog trying to herd the goats.
oh,
Um,
I fully expect that whenever I end up getting the goats, that she's gonna be out there attempting to like make friends with them, only to probably get headbutted at
yeah,
some point.
yeah,
So,
or at least chased a good way.
exactly.
Who knows? Goats can they'll just gonna do what they want. I didn't even think of hawks and turkey buzzards. Good Lord,
Mhm.
folks!
Yeah,
If you've never seen a turkey buzzard, think of a big ball of ugly with wings. That, that
very large,
and
very large too.
that's a turkey buzzard, man. We have plenty of them around here. Um, Weirdly enough, they're usually uh, we have actually bald eagles that fly nearby them, and actually the other way around. They wait for the eagles to drop something, and then they'll go and steal the eagle's
Go
stuff.
get it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, that's great. But hey, I want to thank you so much for coming on. This is one of the most amazing things that I think is going on right now in the VTuber sphere. I want to keep an eye on what's going on. We're going to have links for people to keep an eye on it, and I want to triple check with you to make sure we get the right ones because and if things change up a little bit, we'll update them on the interview as well on in the links beside it. But Sonny, I really thank you for this. I thank you for the military service for one, and I thank you for bringing this to us in a society that needs a little bit of this, a little bit of something a little different, a little more interesting. You're really coming a long way with it, and I wish nothing but the best for you.
Absolutely. Thank you. And, even if people aren't interested in the side of learning about things, then my ultimate goal is to just at least bring sunshine to at least one person every day.
Yeah, well, you did to me. Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thank you for listening to Eric Loy Interviews. Join us again next time when we talk to another member of the always interesting VTuber community.